Good evening. Campaigners are renewing calls for tighter regulations to stop sewage being pumped into rivers and streams in our region. Recent heavy rainfall has left treatment works in Witney struggling to cope and excess waste being discharged into the waterways. Thames Water has told the BBC the practice is undesirable, but says there's no alternative. David Lum has this report.
It's a sight campaigners say is becoming more common. Tankers collecting backed up sewage, which ends up in rivers and streams. The sewage should be taken to this treatment plant to be processed, but heavy rains last week have left it overstretched.
Okay, clean water 90 to 100%, we're getting 56%, so much worse.
Water companies are allowed to discharge sewage water into streams at times of heavy rainfall, but some feel it's done too readily, rather than spending money improving the network.
Well, you remember several days ago we had some heavy rain and we would expect that the works would struggle to cope with that amount because their network is not suitable for British weather and allows rainwater to infiltrate. But this is now, several days later, they're still dumping untreated sewage. They're actually tankering from problem areas that are still suffering, and people walk their dogs along here. We've had to tell several people who've got their dogs swimming around in it, they're swimming around in sewage fungus. This is treating people with contempt.
And it's not just the rivers being affected.
So we had a call from our neighbour on the Sunday to say that her drains were backing up, and we were really shocked to see that we had water overflowing from our main drain here, and it's not just water, it's actually sewage. And we were told we can't use our showers, our toilets, there's no flushing, there's no washing, no dishwasher, nothing for 3 days, because they're pumping out from the local pumping station. The sewers can't cope with the amount of water and sewage in it.
Stuck to everything on the side of the river, and I can tell you, it really stinks.
Campaigners want the Environment Agency to get tougher against water companies. Until then, they say the pollution here is just going to get worse and worse.
And David's with me in the studio now. And David, what has the water company been saying about all of this?
Yeah, Kat, well, Thames Water says that the volume of sustained heavy rainfall meant that once its storage capacity at the works was filled, some wastewater was allowed to overflow into the stream in order to prevent flooding in people's homes. Of course, it says that this is undesirable, but they say that they only do it when there literally is no alternative. They say it's the way that the system's designed to operate, and it is permitted by the Environment Agency in those circumstances.
What does the Environment Agency say?
Yeah, well, it says that the strategy of releasing sewage into the streams should only be done when there is this heavy rainfall. It says it's increased its monitoring of the River Windrush at Witney and is investigating a number of recent incidents, including one on Saturday. It says that whenever it finds evidence of significant pollution, it takes enforcement action, and that's demonstrated by a number of successful prosecutions recently. It also says that it's committed to working with everyone who has an interest to protect and preserve the river.
David, thank you.